Now, the next thing we want to look at is how do we then, if we posted the content, now we want to start creating assignments because we want to, or let's first look at the question. We first want to see them engaging with the material. So when I post a question, what a question essentially does is we can give them a short question or a multiple choice question. If you want to have one single quick question, this is not necessarily a quiz. We're going to have a look at the quiz at a later stage again. Right, the question is a very straightforward thing. So we're going to say, which of the poems did you enjoy more? And then our instructions, we're going to tell them, please elaborate in no less than 50 words, right? Because we don't want the learners just to say one single thing. Now we can also assign, if we want to, we can assign points to this, but however, this is more of a general engagement thing. So we're going to go to ungraded. Right, all of the previous seminars are accessible on YouTube as well. Right, so we actually want to make this thing ungraded. We don't really want anything in detail yet, or we're not going to add this to our marks that we're going to assign. So we can also choose a due date for this. We're going to assign a due date. We'll make it today, and the time that we're going to assign to this is 11:30. Right, so by 11:30 today, right, let's just make it 11:30 at night. It needs to be completed. Now we can just assign it to a topic. We're going to assign it to the poetry topic because it is part of poetry. And then students can reply to each other, which is an interesting option that you have. This is a very difficult thing to get learners to engage in this manner, but it is very effective. If we can encourage our students to start replying to each other's comments, what do you feel about what this person has said? It's great. If you don't want them to reply, then you just unselect it. And students can edit. You can do that as well. One thing that's very important to note about this question thing that you're going to do, that the answers are accessible to all the learners, right? So it's sometimes this is quite challenging for learners initially. We're going to ask this question. It is a bit of a challenge for learners initially, having to actually engage with material on a more public platform. So this can be very daunting for them. But the idea is, again, to start sharing content, sharing what we do. One way that I always use this that worked very well, this was obviously in my subject, is I had learners answer literary essay questions, which once they've answered the question, then everyone can see their answer, but they cannot see any answers until they have answered themselves. So it's a very useful tool in that sense. So you can only see what the others say once you have given an answer. But once you have given an answer, you can have a look at everyone else's answers, which is a very useful little tool, right? Now, again, if we go back to stream, you'll see there's nothing has been added there. So now I'm going to tell them, well, now I can edit my post, and I'm going to say, go through both poems, make sure to answer the question. My typing is gone. Once you have completed the work. Right. So this will give us somewhat of a sense of whether they are engaging it. So the learners will see here, they'll see something that says due today, which they can click on, and they will directly get to a screen that looks like this. Once learners have started answering it, I can start seeing their responses to the